I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So welcome back to my weekly 5 in 5 series where I share 5 tips in just 5 minutes to help you simplify your life. So today we're going to talk about something that often goes unnoticed and can weigh you down and hold you back in ways that you don't even realize. So emotional clutter is that kind of clutter that clings to our minds and to our hearts, and we may not even be aware that it's there. But the good news is, as you start to let go of it, you create room for the peace and the joy and the clarity in your life. So today we're going to start with the easiest type of emotional clutter to release, and then we'll work our way through to the more emotionally involved ones. And by the time I'm done, you'll have tools that will help you tackle emotional clutter, even the toughest kind, with a great deal of confidence. So if you're ready to get started, let's get going. So let's talk about bargain clutter. And so we've all been there, something that we bought because it was on sale. And while it might feel like you're saving money, those bargains often end up taking room in our home and also collecting a lot of dust. And here's the thing, the real value comes from how much joy or how much use you get out of something, and not how much of a good deal it was. So here's a perfect example. That kitchen gadget that you picked up on sale, but you never use it, it might be time to let it go. Think about how much space and clarity you'll gain by releasing those many items throughout your home that don't add value to your life and don't serve a purpose. So you're not losing the bargain, you're gaining freedom. Next, let's start on abundance clutter. This is that extra stuff that you hold on to just in case. The extra towels, sheets, bedding, kitchen gadgets. It all feels, it might feel like the more you have, the more secure you're going to be. But in reality, all of this excess just creates visual clutter and a lot of stress. So having fewer, more intentional items can bring peace and clarity to your life. So an example of that would be if you have 10 sets of towels, but you only use 2. Consider donating the remainder after you keep just the one that you like the most, and you'll be surprised at how much lighter your space and your mind is going to feel. Next, let's talk about aspirational clutter. And this is where things start to feel a little bit more personal. Aspirational clutter consists of items we hold on to for a version of ourselves that we hope to become someday. It might be clothing for when you get back into that size, or it might be hobby supplies for a craft that you've been meaning to try for a long time. But sometimes holding on to these items just keeps us stuck. So here's an example. If there's art supplies or workout equipment that you haven't touched in years, and you say to yourself, what is it serving me today? And letting go of those things doesn't mean that you're giving up on those dreams. It just means that you're creating space for new ones that fit your lifestyle today. Next, we move into inherited clutter. These are those items that are passed down through family, often filled with memories and history. While it can feel difficult to let go of these items, remember, you don't have to hold on to everything to honor that loved one's memory. Choose a few very meaningful things and release the rest with gratitude. So an example of that would be Grandma's china. So keep 1 or 2 pieces of it that make you happy every time you see it and it reminds you of her. So then consider passing the rest of that china onto someone else who will use it and appreciate it. So remember, you're not losing the memory, you're making room for new ones. And finally, we reach the most emotionally involved type of clutter. It's called attachment clutter. And these are those items that we keep because they remind us of specific moments, people, or milestones in our lives. And it's perfectly okay to keep a few of those sentimental items, but when they start to weigh you down and pile up, taking up too much space in your home, it's time to let them go. An example of that would be birthday cards that from years ago. How often do you really read them? So instead of keeping every single one of those birthday cards, take a photo of the most meaningful ones and then let go of the other ones. So you'll still have the memories, but now you'll have more space for making new ones. So letting go of emotional clutter can feel like a challenge, but remember, every step you take makes room for more of what truly matters: peace, joy, happiness, and also freedom to live your life fully each day. And if you're ready to continue this journey, I have a special tool called my Essential Checklist on my website, Design Services Ltd. It's just $2.99. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and share it with people that you know and love who might benefit. And remember, it's the small, consistent steps that lead to the big changes. I will look forward to seeing you next week.